Hello everyone. Today we're going to be learning how to write quadratic equations from tables. Both of these half sheets are going in your notebook. This note page should be going on page 92, and your practice part is going to go on page 93. Okay, so let's look at the notes. So when writing quadratic equations from tables, we are not going to do these by hand. We're going to go straight to how do you do them in the calculator. So this is called quadratic regression. And right here, I wrote down all the steps on how to do this in your calculator. You would do a new document, list, and spreadsheet. That's the closest thing to a table. Type in your values. Then you go to data and statistics, label your axes, and then menu 464. So honestly, it is really super easy. Let's look at example number 1. So following the steps from the top of the note sheet, I'm going to press 1 for new document, and I'm going to do 4 for add list and spreadsheet. Here, we're going to type X in the A box, and then go over to the B box and type in Y. Now down here, starting with the white cells, is where you're going to type in the values for your table. Okay, so there's all my values typed in, but make sure that you do not leave it like this. You have to actually press enter and make sure that this cell is highlighted underneath. Now press Control Doc, and this time we're going to press 5 for data and statistics. This is a graph, so we're going to label it the way it should go. On the bottom is going to be our x-axis, so just click on it and click on X. And now I want to make the other side the y-axis, so click on it and make that y. So it should move your dots to where they look like this. Now we're going to press menu, 4 for analyze, 6 for regression, and since we're working on quadratic equations, it's going to be 4 for quadratic. And it gives us our equation in standard form. So I can't really see it very well, so just hover the hand over it, hold down, then you can move it up. So this is our equation, 2x squared plus negative 8x plus 2. But right here where it says plus negative 8, you could just write minus 8x. Okay, now let's do another example similar to that. So I'm going to get this video out of the way. And now let's look at this second table. Okay, now to do the second table, I'm going to start all over again. So I'm going to press on for the home, 1 for new document. It's going to ask me to save, and I'm going to say no. Then we're going to do 4 for add list and spreadsheet and do the same thing all over again. X in the A box, Y in the B box, and then starting from the white part, start typing in the values. Okay, now let's do the Y's. Okay, make sure that the number is not highlighted, that you move it to the bottom box. Now we're going to press Control Doc. This time we want data and statistics. Let's label our axes. So at the bottom it should be X. And on the side it should be Y. And now, menu, 4 for analyze, 6 for regression, 4 for quadratic. And there's our equation. I'm going to move it down so we can see it better. So negative 16x squared plus 40x plus 4. And now for the last example. The last example is a word problem. So this is how data would relate to the real world. It says the following data represents the approximate height, y, for a ball thrown by a shot putter as it travels a distance of x meters horizontally. So if you look at the table, it's labeled x is the distance. So over here it says x is distance. And then height is y. So on the table it says y for height. But it's still the same thing. You're still going to type in all the values into the table. Just so you know, though, anytime that it's going to be a real world problem like this, you're not necessarily going to have whole numbers like we did with the first two problems. This one is going to give you a lot of decimals. So let me bring my calculator in. Last example, I'm going to start all over again. So I'm going to press on to go to the home screen. 1 for new document. No, I don't want to save anything. Okay, 4 for list and spreadsheet. So now we're going to do X in the A box, Y in the B box, and start typing in our values. Okay, now for all the Y's. Okay, once you have everything typed in, you're going to press Control Doc. This time we want data and statistics, so that's number 5. The bottom should be our x-axis. On the left side will be our y-axis. And now menu 4, 6, 4. And there's our equation. So as you can see, the equation that we got had a bunch of decimals. So we do need to write the decimals, but I am going to round a little bit. So that first one, it has negative 0.011111. I'm not going to write all of those. I'm just going to put 1 x to the second power. The next term says plus 1.05957. I'm not going to write all of it. I'm just going to put 1.05x. And then the last term says plus 0.24. A lot of decimals. I'm not going to write it all. I would just do plus 0.24. Actually, it'd be better if you wrote it all in one line. So plus 0.24. Write smaller than I did, so that way you can get it to fit. Okay, so these are all of our problems now. Now you have some practice to do on your own. It's the other half sheet. That's going to go on the page next to this. It's only 6 problems. You do it all in the calculator. The first 4 are going to be nice, pretty equations with whole numbers. And the last 2 are going to have decimals. So just round it a little bit. That way you don't have so many decimals. And that's all for today, guys. If you have any questions, come up to my desk. That way I can help you out. Bye.